Recently, Morgan has been brought to the clinic by her boyfriend. She fell down the stairs and hit her head while she was under the influence of marijuana. Morgan was reluctant about coming in. However, she ultimately agreed after her boyfriend gave her an ultimatum: him or marijuana. Morgan is in the contemplation stage.
Hi, my name's Kelsey. I'm going to be your nurse today.
Hi.
I'm going to ask you some routine questions due to your head injury.
What kind of questions?
We begin asking all of our patients about their alcohol, tobacco, and substance use. Is it okay if we talk about it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. In the past year, have you had 4 or more drinks in a day?
No, I don't like alcohol.
Okay. In a typical week, do you drink more than 7 drinks?
No.
In the past year, have you drank more than you meant to?
Nope.
Okay. In the past year, have you used marijuana, other street drugs, or prescription drugs for non-medical reasons?
Yeah, I smoke marijuana, but I don't think there's a problem with it. It's just marijuana. A lot of people do it.
In the past year, have you thought about cutting down on your alcohol or drug use?
I mean, I've thought about it, but I personally don't think it's a problem. Others think it is, but I don't really see a problem with it.
In the past year, have you been intoxicated on alcohol or drugs when you could have hurt yourself or others?
I fell down the stairs recently, but I don't think it's because of marijuana.
In response to your answers, your drug use is above safe limits, and I'm concerned about your health. Let's talk about the fall. If it wasn't the marijuana, what was the reason?
I don't know. I'm just a clumsy person.
Was there anything that was happening before you fell down the stairs?
Well, I was in a fight with Christopher, my boyfriend, and I was in a rush to leave. I was going down the stairs, and I tripped over my own feet and fell.
So you were arguing with your boyfriend?
Yeah, Christopher and I have different opinions about my smoking habits.
Do these arguments occur often?
They've been happening a lot more frequently, which really sucks because I feel like we had a really good relationship before.
So it sounds like your marijuana usage is putting a strain on your relationship with your boyfriend.
Yeah, I guess I'd say that. We have fought over it before, but he really hasn't seen me do it until last night. Then he caught me doing it, and he got upset and started lecturing me, so I got mad and ran away.
What was your relationship like before?
Well, we started dating in high school, and we've been together ever since. We never left each other's sides. We had a lot of friends to go out with and did a lot of activities together. We went to college, and we decided to go different places to focus on our academics. I started hanging out with this group that likes to party, and we kind of drifted apart. He didn't find out until I came home this summer, and he's been trying to get me to stop ever since. I do love him. I just wish there was some way that we could stay together and not have this be a problem. I know I need to stop smoking for that to happen, but at this point, I feel like there's no turning back.
Why do you think Christopher is so concerned about your marijuana use?
He told me he's worried about my health, and that I'll get myself into sticky situations when he's not around.
What kind of situations?
Well, whenever I start smoking, I can't stop.
What would you like to see different about your current situation?
I'd really like the argument between us to stop. It stresses me out and makes me want to smoke more.
Well, like your boyfriend, I'd like you to consider cutting back on your marijuana use. On a scale of 1 to 10, how willing are you to change? 1 being none and 10 being you are absolutely willing to change.
I guess I'd say maybe a 6.
Okay, so you answered a 6. Why did you not say a 3 or a 4?
With all this arguing with Christopher, it might actually be a real problem. That might have to change. The issue is that I do not know what is going to happen when I go back to school this summer, and he's not there with me. All of my friends at school smoke.
Since you're considering to make a change, would you like to talk about the pros and cons of your marijuana use?
Yeah, I guess we can.
Okay, what do you like about smoking?
It helps the stress go away, and I feel really relaxed. All of my friends do it, so it's like a bonding thing. Also, going to college has added a lot more stress in my life because of the workload, and it's just nice to have something else to do when I'm done with it.
What negative effects does marijuana have on your life?
Well, obviously, it's had an effect on my relationship with Christopher. It's expensive to do, and I don't have a job. I tend to eat more, and that costs a lot of money too. I guess I can get lazy with my schoolwork also, but I really don't know what to do about it.
Suppose you don't change. What is the worst thing that might happen?
Well, I would lose my boyfriend and probably get kicked out of school.
Seems like those are two pretty important things in your life that you could lose if you continue to smoke. How would your life be different if you lost it?
Well, I would lose someone that I really love. He's been there for me through everything, and I can't imagine losing him. If I got kicked out of school, I wouldn't know what to do with my life. This is my dream school, and I'd have to go back home.
Sounds like you've done a lot of thinking about how your life would be different without smoking. Would you like to come up with a plan to help control this habit?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Morgan is now in the preparation stage.
Well, in order to help form a plan, tell me what a typical day is like for you from the time you wake up.
Well, I would wake up around 10. I usually miss my 8 a.m. because it's not really important anyway. Smoking's like my coffee, so I did that first thing. I did it with my roomie, Alexandria, and then I would shower and get ready for the day. After that, I brushed my teeth to try and get rid of the smell, because, that stinks. Then, all of a sudden, it would be noon, and I'd leave to go to my 1 o'clock class. I wouldn't focus, because all I could think about was going home to smoke. I'd come back home, smoke another bowl, eat dinner, try to work on homework, and then go to bed.
Is Alexandria one of your friends that got you started on smoking marijuana?
Yeah, she's part of the group I hang out with at school.
Would you smoke less if you weren't around her as much?
I guess, but she's one of my best friends. We weren't really close until we started smoking together.
So you feel like if you didn't smoke with her, you'd lose her as a friend?
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it. It would just be hard living with her because we wouldn't be as close and we wouldn't have that in common.
I know it'd be hard to lose a good friend, but if you're seriously considering cutting back, maybe you should think about living with someone else. It sounds like Alexandria is a trigger for your marijuana use.
Yeah, I can understand that. Plus, Christopher doesn't like her.
Let's continue working on a plan from here. What other things do you think you should do to reduce your marijuana use?
I'm not really sure.
Well, what did you do in your free time before you started smoking?
I worked out a lot. I was on the cross-country team in high school, and I ran all the time.
Working out's a great stress reliever. Maybe you can try to exercise whenever you feel stressed out because of school.
Yeah, that could be a good idea. Sometimes I do miss running.
What were some things you did in high school?
Well, I guess I took a lot of art classes, and I painted a lot.
Maybe you could find an art club on campus. Maybe something you could enjoy.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Sometimes I do it in my free time. I just haven't thought about doing it in a club or anything.
I think that'd be a good way to get your mind off of marijuana.
I think so too.
So, how are your behaviors now different from where you want to be with your marijuana use?
Right now, I smoke a lot of marijuana, and it seems to be causing stress on my relationships, as I said before. I don't think I can completely cut marijuana out of my life right now, but I want to try and cut back as much as possible. So I guess I'll do as much as I can to change. Maybe one day I'll be able to stop smoking altogether.
Have you heard about Marijuana Anonymous or 12-step programs?
I've heard about 12-step programs, but I didn't realize there was one specifically for marijuana.
Yeah, there actually is. Are you familiar with how 12-step programs work?
Not really.
Would you like to know more about it?
Yeah, that'd be alright.
Here's a pamphlet about Marijuana Anonymous. On this page are the 12 steps. 12-step programming is a series of steps to help you cope and deal with the struggles of quitting a substance. In some people's cases, it's alcohol or narcotics. In your case, it's marijuana. Each step practices different principles that you will need to deal with and overcome your problem. For example, step 1 practices honesty, step 2 practices hope, step 3 practices faith, and so forth. Marijuana Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who can share their experiences, strength, and hope with each other.
So I won't be by myself?
No, you will not. You'll have other people who are going through the exact same thing as you.
That's good. I don't think I could do it if I had to do it on my own.
You definitely wouldn't be on your own.
Do I have to do anything to be part of the program?
There's only one requirement. You have to have a desire to stop smoking marijuana.
That sounds like a good group to be a part of.
I'm glad you think so. Since we've talked about all your options so far, do you want to set a few short-term goals before we go?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Alright. What do you think are realistic goals in terms of cutting down on your substance use?
Maybe I can start by smoking only once a day instead of multiple times a day.
Okay. That seems reasonable. Will you be able to do that with the influence of your roommate?
Well, maybe I should think about switching roommates.
That's completely up to you. But if you're serious about cutting down on your substance use, it might be a good idea.
I think it would.
What about joining clubs on campus?
Yeah, I would definitely like to join either a running club to take up my time or an art club.
Wonderful. Do you mind repeating these 3 short-term goals for me?
Sure. I'll cut down on my smoking to once a day. I'll start a search for a new roommate. And lastly, I'll join a club on campus to take up my time.
These are very realistic goals. I think they'll be helpful in helping you towards quitting completely.
Yeah, I think I can do these things.
I'm really glad that you decided to find ways to change your lifestyle. You can keep this. When you feel ready to start a 12-step program, feel free to contact me so I can refer you to one in the area. I feel like you made a lot of progress today, and I hope you think so too. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact our office. The doctor will be in shortly to review your concussion results.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
You too.